junkyard.
All right, peeps, you want your redcat 64 or 59 to look like this, but you're not sure where to start. I'm going to give you a few easy steps that led to here for me. Now, I'm not telling you to do this because obviously you would void your warranty and all that fun stuff, but I'm going to show you in just a few steps how to turn a redcat 64 or redcat 59 into the low-riding K5 Blazer that you see here. This will not work on the Monte Carlo chassis in the way I'm going to show you. Step 1, buy a redcat 64 or 59. Step 2, buy a rc4wd drive K5 Blazer body. Now let's move to step 3. For step 3, you're going to remove the interior. I left the dashboard in on mine. And you're going to cut the back of this all the way out. You're going to cut the wheel wells out. You're not going to hit the outside here. You're going to cut all of this out, okay? And this is how you're going to be able to rest upon the chassis with no problem. In this method, I do not need any body mounts because all you do is separate the sides and the rear, and it sits and wraps right around that chassis. It's a nice fit. Doesn't move, everything's good. So this is step 3 for the body. You will need to cut this area out. All right, last 2 pieces of this puzzle. Let's flip this over. Take off your exhaust, get that out of the way. Get a tape measure, set it right up on there, and then just lay it flat across the chassis. You're gonna wanna put a tape line at about 16 1/4 inches. You can go a little bit long too, because you could always cut more off. Put a nice tape line on there. So you're going to cut right on the inside of the tape line. I did it with a cutting wheel. A big cutting wheel. You could use a Dremel or whatever you want. A cutting wheel gives you quite a bit of control though, because it's way overkill for this. So I just went nice and slow, cut that off, put the exhaust back on, and test fit it, obviously. And if you need to cut a little bit more off, go ahead. The final thing you need to do for that body to just sit on here nicely is your ESC is located right here. You're going to want to lift that up. I use a little bit of a screwdriver and pry gently. It's on double-sided tape. It'll come off. Remove your double-sided tape. Put another piece over here. Stick your ESC there. As you can see, I removed the back post here that used to hold the interior for the 64. But I left this one on, which already has Velcro on it. So then you could take the opposite style of Velcro and secure that to a battery pack. And now you could set your battery pack right here. I am going to be using smaller ones that came with this. I'm going to cut this end off too, put a Dean's on there. But you don't need to do all that. Just know, when you get to this point, you lost the area that holds the weights in the back. You can actually put the weights in the back of the truck anywhere you see fit. But as it stands, as it sits right here without weights, this is more of a dancer and a lowrider than it is a hopper. So keep that in mind. But those are the few simple steps you need to take in order to get this thing looking sweet and custom with an rc4wd drive Blazer body.
RC Junkyard.